Hello and good afternoon to all you incredible Jeff legends out there, guys. Today is a very special day for me. I'm just pulling up here so you can just check in here quickly. Please click in and say hello for us, if possible. I just want to see the comments come up and say hello, but we've got a very, very special guest with us today. Astrid Roussow. Astrid, you look beautiful, by the way. Whoa,
thank
Jules,
you,
better be
Johno.
careful.
Hello.
Hey, you must tell your husband you must be careful. Jules must be careful. No, any jokes aside. Guys, Astrid has been a Jeff community member for a very long time. She's gone through a hell of an experience, and that we've kept quiet due to keeping her wishes at bay at the time. And it's an incredible story that we just had to share with you because it's something that's been weighing down on my body like terribly since it happened. And it happened on a significant day for us. So I just want to just click in before we start. Astrid, welcome. It's lovely to have you. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
I think a few people will know your story or not, but I think let's start that off. We on that fateful day. Well, let's start off with you. How long have you been with us on the Jeff community for?
Well, I started with the Jeff community with Jeff together, the beginning of lockdown last year. So it was April 2020. And I was introduced to the online classes by a very good friend, Jules, that I think you know as well. And yes, so she introduced me. I went live or went on the classes with you from the beginning of April last year and just simply absolutely loved Jeff together, Jeff Live.
Well, you are amazing, and you're such an active member over that lockdown period, and like just being there. Then comes that day that we did the 25-hour workout. Obviously, you know, it was flat out. I was going crazy for that 25 hours, but on that morning, something happened, Astrid. Tell us exactly what happened on that day of the 25-hour workout when it was a big celebration day, but it was an incredibly tough day for you. Tell us about it.
Yes, I think it was like one of the worst days of my life. Not because of the workout, because of what happened. But yes, it happened on the 30th of January this year. It was a 25-hour workout, and I had committed to the group that I'll do 2 hours. So I started early with the HIIT class, as I normally do. It was 8 o'clock. It was a 45-minute HIIT with yourself, Mr. Mankies. And then I went to Chapman's Peak, which is the end of Hout Bay in Cape Town. I've lived here for 20 years, so I've on and off done Chapman's Peak, as in up and down, sometimes 3-4 times a week, sometimes not at all. But I'm very accustomed to going on the road on the coastal side. So I went to do the run at 9:15 on that morning, earphones in, listening to you guys, and I have absolutely no memory from there on. I was hit head on by a cyclist, causing me to fall backwards and fracture my skull in 2 places, 2 cracks in the skull. It was a severe brain injury and pushed my brain forward. And luckily, a lot of people came as bystanders and called the fire engine and the ambulance, and I was rushed to hospital in Constantia. So luckily, I was found right away.
Sure, They're quite emotional thinking about it.
Me too. I don't want to.
Because I'll never forget that message I got when I got home on the Sunday. And like we were on such a high, like completing this thing. And then I heard the story. I felt guilt. You know, like I felt like this terrible guilt.
Not your fault at all.
And I'm like, it makes me feel exactly how I felt that Sunday. It was so emotional for me because I felt so terrible and I felt so helpless from my perspective. But shame. I mean, like, wow, hectic. Okay, let's carry on this journey. Sorry, that was just quite hard for me.
No, it's not your fault at all.
I can't even imagine what you went through. Astrid, we get the call on the Sunday and we find out and your incredible friends and your family were just in touch, and they're just so amazing and supportive for you. And like, you know, they just said, Johno, don't stress, it's not your fault. It's not about anyone's fault. It's just We're going to keep you posted. Tell us, how long were you in a coma for?
Well, from the day, there was no memory from the incident happening. I've absolutely no memory. I was unconscious, sedated, in a coma from the very beginning. So no memory whatsoever of being in hospital and ICU for the first 2 weeks. I only came out of it on the 15th of February, where I came round in ICU. I'd had 3 or 4 brain scans, and they found blood in the brain, which is apparently quite normal if you've had a traumatic brain injury. So yes, I think it was the 15th I came out of ICU, and that was it.
Sure. So come out of coma. So that's, it's like over 2 weeks in a coma.
No memory.
I believe, like the doctors were feeding back information. They weren't sure about recovery times. They didn't know.
Nothing.
They couldn't predict anything. It could have been 15 days. It could have been a year. They didn't know. And there was like that uncertainty.
Yes.
You come out the coma. Okay.
Yes. So
and
right.
Yeah, I remember that day when that news came through, and it was such a relief. It was amazing. Tell us about the recovery since then, since coming out of the coma, and how's it been since then?
Well, the neurosurgeon, I've been to see him and consulted with him, obviously, again. After coming out of ICU and out of the unconscious coma state, I went into high care. But the thing is with the brain injury or this sort of thing, it's not like breaking an arm or a leg, which I've done before. It's something that you don't know how long it'll last. So the neurosurgeon made it clear. It could be a year. It could be 5 years. Good luck. You're lucky that you can walk, that you can talk. You're lucky you're alive. Because that was the worry as well, the first week especially, where I would actually make it. So thank goodness I did.
Amazing. I can just see, like, there's so many of your friends here. Juliet Hardy's here with your good friends here with you. Jules, who introduces the community who we love. I've known Jules for years. She's amazing. Everyone's just so supportive of you here, Astrid.
Thank you.
So, hard story. And then, like you go through this recovery phase, obviously with your children, you're incredible partner, amazing human being.
Thank you.
A few weeks ago, you sent me a message and you go, Johno, guess what? I'm back. And you do your first Jeff workout. I almost went through the roof. Tell us about the experience of doing that first workout again and just feeling back and moving, and amazing.
It's absolutely great to be back. The first 3 months I wasn't allowed to exercise or run or anything like that. And I've watched you guys live on TV, but I can't join in. So the first time I actually felt like, yes, I can do it. Let me get in there and do star jumps. It was quite difficult. It was great to be back and to see the coaches and see yourself and Jules. It's such a pleasure doing these workouts. And thank you so much. I'm trying to get back in to 4 or 5 a week and then eventually get out and hopefully walk again on the road at least.
Your positivity, for those that don't know, Astrid came into the office about 3 weeks ago, and I was so blown away by your positivity and like this amazing aura that like comes out of you. There's no like hatred for what's happened or anything. You're just looking forward and you're just so positive, and it's an incredible like a tribute to have as a person, and that's what makes you incredible. You know that, and I want you to be conscious of that, because you don't take compliments very well, but you must wear this because you've become like a shining light for me personally of what is achievable. No, it's true, because I've had a particularly very bad last 10 days, like personally. I've been struggling. Your story always pops in my head because there's always someone who's been in a worse situation than you. And that has resonated with me, and I personally wanted to thank you for being powerful for me in my life. What have you learned out of this experience, and what could you get? Like, what could you tell other people who in a similar experience have gone through this?
Okay, I think it's a big shock. I really, after 20 years up and down chappies, I honestly didn't think something like this could happen. So it's just totally uncalled for. I actually thought when I came out of it in ICU on the 15th of Feb that a truck had hit me, not a bicycle. So that was quite a shock. And just to be aware that this type of thing can happen to anyone at any time, whether you're cycling, walking, running, and just to be cautious and aware of this sort of situation, because it does happen and it's extremely traumatic in that it's a brain injury and not, I could have been killed, but at least I came out of it. So, but I'm very grateful for all the people who supported me and my friends and my family. But just to be aware that these sort of things happen, in seconds, your life can change.
Big time, eh? Going through this, it must, look, going through an experience like this, it must really change your outlook on like sort of a life and purpose and individual, like values that you have. How's it changed yours? Now that you've obviously, it must feel like you've almost been given a second chance.
Yes, I've been given a second chance, absolutely. So yes,
so how's it changed?
I'm much more aware of these sort of things happening, and that I'm grateful for being alive and surviving and not having speech problems or walking and all the rest of it. But a great love for my friends and my family and the support I have, and people that I may not have acknowledged as much before. Because maybe they didn't have the character out there or whatever, I'm finding that I'm very conscious of people who in my life who may be quieter and more, different to the friends that I currently have. So it's been a real change and support to my children and my partner and everyone who's been there, my ex-husband, my staff at work. It's been amazing.
It's amazing. And, like you had your business, like everything, how everyone and your whole family knuckled in and kept your business going.
Yes, like for a month.
the support structure, especially in the southern suburbs here of Cape Town for you, has been huge. And it really is, it's a reflection of the person that you are. And that's amazing. And look, it's hard to come on TV and tell a story like this. Because it must be incredibly emotional for you and like heartfelt because it brings up a lot of emotions. But I just Astrid, thank you for coming on and telling the story. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for being a member of the Jeff community. We didn't put it out there into the Jeff community what had happened to you, but I'm sure if we did, I reckon it would have been the biggest outpouring of support and love that could have ever happened, and we, myself and Jules in particular, are because we sobbed at home that day on that Sunday. We were so tired and we sobbed when you heard the news because it was just so much uncertainty because we felt like we'd done something wrong, and it was horrible. But I can just imagine how you must have felt. But thank you for trusting it. Thank you for getting back up. Thank you for. After everything you've gone through, you got up and you did your session and you're continuing and you get up again and go. It's just, I want to get the story so far out there because we all sit in a world where we make excuses. We say, we can't do this. We can't do that. Oh, it's not working for me at this time. I'm going to go try something else. Instead of just sticking to a plan, making it happen and getting up again.
Trust the process.
100%. But it's such a powerful message of how far you've come over the last 2-3 months. You come from a coma you never thought you're going to wake up from. You've come back. You were concerned. 100%. I couldn't believe it when you came to the office. I couldn't believe it. And you looked beautiful and amazing and radiating and just like smiling. Everyone I speak to goes, she's got the best smile in the world. And this is
it's great. Thank you.
Astrid,
your community is amazing.
No, they are amazing. But they're amazing because our community is formed of people like you. And like-minded people who are amazing. Astrid, thank you so much for sharing your story. I know it's a tough one. I think you've inspired 1 or 2 people. Guys, if you're sitting out there and you're making excuses for yourself, don't. There's always someone worse off with you. If it wasn't for the Jeff community and that 25-hour workout, Astrid probably wouldn't have ever been out there. You know what I mean? But everything happens for a reason. She's gone through this. She's come back. She's stood up again. She's there and she's improving and she's getting stronger and she's just dynamite. And we're so proud of you. And we're so proud to have you. We are lucky to have you. So
I'm lucky to have got you guys as a community because otherwise I'd have to drive to the gym find parking, get ready, wait for a machine to be vacant. This is fantastic. The Jeff community, the coaches, the classes are so different. There's so many classes. It's an absolute pleasure to get up and do it every morning, as much as I can.
You are a miracle and you are amazing. Astrid, thank you for sharing your story. Thanks, Machan. You did so well. You did so well. I'm so proud of you. Well done. You had nothing to be worried about. Have a beautiful day. For everyone out there, guys, if you're thinking and making excuses, please watch this video 15 times, 30 times, 35 times. Think of everyone else out there in a worse situation than you. Stop making excuses. Get up when you fall and make it happen. It's a triumph for the Jeff community, that we've still got this incredible lady with us. And we celebrate that, and we celebrate you. Okay. Sending you so much love, Astrid. Well done, guys. Thank you for joining us. Watch it. What a story. And Astrid, you did so well. She was very nervous about doing this, and she was amazing. Well done. I'm so proud of you. What an incredible story, guys. Please share this. I encourage you, if you're watching now, share the story. Get in there. Share it 1,000 times. Hear the story of Astrid, who almost lost, and she's got up again, and she's training again. What an incredible human being. Guys, have an amazing day. See you later this afternoon. And Astrid, God bless you. You're amazing.